What is up, my beloved troglodytes? Today I'm playing Elden Ring again, but all in one video because I just wanted to practice editing long form videos. There's no like special challenge route, it's just Elden Ring, but I use whatever overpowered stuff I want. So I hope you enjoy. I chose Confessor as my starting class because I'm going to use the Blasphemous blade obviously, and that requires faith and strength, which this one gives. Mr. Elden Ring was a fool putting this character creation in the hands of a deranged man such as myself. I'm sure at this point you've seen the intro of Elden Ring like 1,000 times, so I'm not going to bore you with it, I'm just going to go through it really quickly. You know, here's me dying to funny grafted style. Alright, first things first, we pull up and we get the main man Torrent. Shout out Torrent, my beloved. I picked up the Lord's One Greatsword because it's just here and it's like really good like first thing. Like we can replace it pretty quickly, but it's alright. I pulled up to 4th height and got the first half of the medallion. You got me Flask of Wondrous Physique. What even does that word say? I'm keeping this in because this is just me using whatever overpowered shit I want. We are going to get the Summon Spirit Bell because I intend to use the Mimic here. I asked Kale about Blide, you know, funny Wolfman. While I was already here, I decided to get the Axe Talisman because it is actually fairly good early game. I pulled up a Blide and he told me about Darwin the Bloodhound Knight because I want the Bloodhound Fang, is it called? Because that weapon is so good early game, like unbelievably good, and it's right outside spawn and you can have him carry you through the fight. If you're struggling with this game, go get this weapon. It is so good. I like swear this fight lasted like 2 seconds. Like, Blide is just so strong in his own, he can distract, and the Ash of War on this sword just makes this fight so easy. And then the weapon it drops is so good as well. This will just carry me till I get the Blasphemous blade. And boom, I've got the sword. It was easy as that. So I pulled up to the Jellyfish Girl to get the Jellyfish summon that I'm probably not even going to use. But you know, I refuse to remember her name, so she's Jellyfish Woman. I pulled up outside of Margaret, and as I am using all the OP bullshit, I summoned Sorcerer Roger? Not a clue. Funny wizard guy.
Foul tarnished, in search of the Elden Ring, emboldened by the flame of ambition.
I successfully killed Margaret first try, you know, easy game, not even hard, easiest Souls-like, only Souls-like I've been. A woman held my hand, that's rough. I finally got into the round table hold. I was like fairly underleveled at this point because I didn't really level up at all, so I went and I killed the big dragon because, you know, many runes, and it's easy. Yummy runes. I got the other side of the medallion. I also decided while I was here, I might as well get the Radahn Sword Seal. I hate Stormveil Castle so much. Why was I struggling so hard? I don't know. I pulled up outside of Godrick's abode, house, whatever you call this, arena. That's the word.
I command thee. I am the Lord of all that is golden.
And like as always, Godrick was just a pushover. No one struggles with Godrick. So after Godrick, I pulled up at Liurnia of the Lakes. I always thought it was Lakes of Liurnia. I've only just realized it's not, but you know, it is what it is. Pretty yummy. Picked up the first map of Liurnia. Then I pulled up outside the gates of Lucaria. Then I realized I didn't have the key, so then I went and, you know, as you can see, got the key. I grabbed the other map for Liurnia. I am now going to do Varz's questline because, you know, it's the bird. There's a bird that gives 10k runes every time you kill it, and you can just shoot it with a bow and it'll just run off the edge on its own. It is the best method in this video game to get runes. So to start this quest, you have to go look at the two fingers and talk to the finger maidens, or whatever they're called. So you can look at them, and you can then go to Varz and tell him that they look weird and you don't like them. I pull up to Varré and tell him that them fingers look a little weird, and then he sends me on a quest to go rather invade 3 real people. I go to Altus Plateau and just kill this random guy. I got a insy wincy bit sidetracked and pulled up to EG so I could get my Bloodhound's Fang to +4. Yummy sacred deer. I rode the big lift to Altus Plateau, and you know, as lifts usually go in this game, I'm now in Altus Plateau. I grabbed the Altus map. I came across this quirky looking gentleman. I pulled up at the Beast Claw fella because you can just kill this guy instead of having to invade random people for Varré's questline, and this is so much easier. This fight went surprisingly well, saying how horrendous I am at PvP in Elden Ring. No, Mr. Varré wants us to get the blood of a maiden. So I hopped through this portal to get back to the first church, the one you spawn into at the start of the game. Honestly, I can't tell if this boss is just really weak or the Bloodhound Fang is just that good, because just look at that damage. It's just, this is such an easy weapon to get early game, and it's just so good. Brother really did not last long at all, he died pretty quickly. Well, here's our maiden from the start of our game, we steal her blood and boom, quest done. Then Varré fingers me as a job well done. Anyway, after that he gives me the funny medallion thing, so now I can go to Mogwyn's palace. I pull up to the bird spot because if you've never played Elden Ring before, this location is really good, especially early game for getting runes, because you can just shoot the bird on the ledge and it falls off and you get 10k runes each time. Itself a little bit of runes, decent chunk, you know, 250,000. It's only a little bit. I, by completely random chance, just found the medallion laying around. How quirky is that? This little bony boy thought he could fight and win against me, the Elden Ring player. He lost obviously, and we did this so we could get his armor because it is a really cool looking set. I am such a nerd. Drip acquired. I did the Snake Woman's quest and it didn't even let me teleport to Volcano Manor, so I had to make my own way anyway. I killed this man for nothing. This was a waste. I took her life and the quest didn't even work. Then after what can only be described as way too long of travel time, I arrived at Volcano Manor. I pulled up and I killed this guy in the scaled armor because the armor is really good. It doesn't look particularly nice in my opinion, but like, it's just better than anything I can currently get my hands on. I honestly thought I was prepared enough to go kill the snake guy at this point. I was so mistaken. You're about to see a man experience like the 5 stages of denial, the 15 stages of grief, whatever the saying is, because I was in what can only be described as mental agony, because this boss had me struggling so hard. I don't know why. Then I just pull up and kill this random Bloodhound Knight, because fuck him, he was cramping my style, because I used the Bloodhound's Fang, he's not allowed to. Grabbed myself the Erdtree seal, because we will be using this after, because it weighs next to nothing, and it is just an overall good seal, saying we're probably only going to be using it for buffs and stuff anyway. I unlocked the bridge, so I would have a faster way to travel in case I died to the, what's he called, Godskin Fat Boy. To sum up the fight, basically the Godskin Noble absolutely shit on me. He comboed the fuck out of me, he predicted all my attacks, and he just backhanded me into the Shadow Realm. But the second time around, I just demolished him, he stood no chance, he is bad and I am better. I grabbed the spear and then I backed out so I could upgrade it to +4, thinking that'd be enough. What a fool I was, thinking that this would actually help me defeat the snake boy. It didn't make any difference, I struggled so hard. I have suffered a few times in my life. I have experienced tragedy, I have experienced heartbreak, my loved ones have died. Somehow this boss killing me over and over again is the most tragic, mind-numbingly painful bullshit I've ever experienced on my small yet minuscule time on this earth. What? This boss genuinely had me at my wit's end, so I just started grinding runes again. Poor bird. With my higher endurance and better armor, I decided to try the boss again, and you'll never guess what fate, did to me. You never guess what happened? Oh look, I died. I went and grabbed this god-forsaken lance because I thought it would solve my problems, because I saw somewhere that you could cheese this boss with this lance. It didn't help. For some reason it made me do so much less damage. It was such a waste of time. Fuck this lance. I hate the lance. All my homies hate the lance. I've experienced pain that I wish no human will ever go through. I hate this boss. I genuinely can't tell if I'm the frailest human being to ever be born, or this boss just is super powerful, a super strong hitting, because he just fucks me up, like, hit the floor and now I'm dead. Died again, believe it or not. Died again, but on the bright side, that is the closest I've ever been to being this boss so far. Because how bad Rykard was just shitty on me, I decided I wanted to go get the Mimic Tier, and to get the Mimic Tier, you have to go kill Radahn. I picked myself up Flame Grant Me Strength. I pulled up at Redmane Castle. Then I attended the Radahn Festival. I love Alexander Waterjar. He is my favourite character in this game. He's such a wonderful creation. All my homies fuck with this man. First try may not have gone so well. I may have just been absolutely shit on, but we'll ignore that. Okay, maybe he killed me again because I tried to pull some stupid jump attack, but we can ignore that one as well. I've killed Radahn. You know what that means? It means Necron time. Time for the Mimic Tier. I love the Mimic Tier. I pull up and enter Radahn's hole. I fought the Mimic Tier. I killed the Mimic Tier. I grabbed the Mimic Tier because, that's the whole point, the whole reason I came here, Mimic Tier time, yippee yippee. The Finger Maiden gave me my third talisman pouch, but I don't have any talismans I can put in it, and I'd be overweight if I did. I decided for my third talisman I want the Dragon's Crest Shield, and as you can see it didn't go particularly well. I got me talisman. I went and got the Ghost Glove Wart stuff to upgrade my Mimic Tier. I got it to +5. Fuck it. Snake time. Finally, I got my hands on the Blasphemous Blade, because, that boss, why did I struggle so much? He's a gimmick boss, I shouldn't have struggled, but we finally got the Blasphemous Blade, yippee. Elden Ring then proceeded to crash for whatever reason. Then my character decided, fuck this map, I don't want to be in it, too many poison swamps, so we just transcended the gap. I then went to Volcano Manor so I could get a Somber Smithing Stone 7, but look how tragic that death was. I was so close to this stone, it was like 2 turns away, and then this guy decides to snipe me. Not fun. Can't even blame the guy this time, I just straight up fell. I got my Somber Stone 7, I then got Somber Smithing Stone 8, then I got Somber Smithing Stone 9. I managed to get the stone, but unfortunately I also passed away. The absolute beauty of a maxed out Blasphemous Blade. I haven't done Rhea Lucaria yet, I haven't killed Renala. I have a +10 weapon, this is going to be so easy. But first I wanted this crest, this talisman, because it is really good, because it lowers FP consumption on skill, and because we're using the Blasphemous Blade, we will be just spamming the Ash of War, because it is just so good. Red Wolf, you know, I wonder if he's going to be a challenge at all. You know, I'm just going to let this fight play out right, because it's not very long, because we two-shot him. He just perishes, he's gone, he's dead, boom. That was the entire fight. Well, it is a +10 weapon, and I am in what the secondary is supposed to go to, of course it's going to be easy. Moongrum just got straight up bullied. Renala time. Tree Sentinel time. We fought Godfrey's ghost. Margit the Omen King time.
What is thy business with these thrones, willful traitors? All thy kind are all of a piece. Pillagers, emboldened by the flame of ambition. Have it writ upon thy meager grave. Felled thy king, Morgoth, last of all kings.
I touched the Erd Tree. I decided to get completely sidetracked and continue doing Alexander's quest. This enemy was surprisingly challenging because my Ash of War, I think it does pure fire damage, and I think he was just completely immune because it would just do nothing to him. But also, it is a +10 weapon, so I just hit him and he died really quickly. Yippee, Jar Boy! Yippee, Jarhead! And then after getting my Jarhead and talking to my Jarry boy, I pulled up to the Mountaintops of the Giants. I picked up Somber Smithing Stone Bell Bearing 3, and I also picked up the Sacred Tear that is located here. You're about to watch the fight of the century, right? Cheesy Bleed build versus cheesy Blasphemous Blade build, the two cheesiest builds in this godforsaken game. Of course the Blasphemous Blade wins, what were you expecting? Got myself another Sacred Tear. It was finally time for me to fight the Fire Giant, and personally I hate the Fire Giant. I died. Then Alexander the absolute goat clutched up, but it didn't count. And then I got one shot, which is just absolutely wonderful. And with that, Fire Giant was defeated. I set the Erd Tree on fire, then I rocked up in Farum Azula. Look how silly this death is. I've played like what, almost 300 hours of this game and I still die to shit like this. Godskin duo time. The end of this quest always pains me, because I don't want to kill Alexander. Easy fight, get good. And now I have the Shard of Alexander. Ah, the Tree Sentinel. What an easy boss, am I right? I sure hope nothing goes terribly wrong. After being shit on so hard, I decided that I needed to grind and get my faith up so I can use my buffs. I decided to upgrade my seal to +10 just because, you know, I could. I needed the Fire Shrouding cracked here, so I went and fought this Erdtree and I absolutely violated him. I got my Flame Shrouding cracked here. Now with my plethora of buffs, I try the Tree Sentinel again. Absolutely fucked him up this time, it was really easy. Malekith time. Okay, now riddle me this, why was Malekith easier than the fucking Tree Sentinel which is located outside of his arena? Sir Gideon Alfnir got shit on so hard that I'm not even going to edit the fight, I'm not even going to see the fight. It was just, I spammed the Ash of War and he was dead within seconds. Then I stole Malekith's entire flow. I picked up Lord's Divine Fortification and Memory Stone, Godfrey time. Godfrey absolutely shit on me. Godfrey fell. Guess all that leaves for us now is Radahn and the Elden Beast. I may have struggled an insy-tinsy-wincy tiny bit with this boss fight, but you know, it is what it is. Honestly, whatever the guy who designed the Elden Beast was smoking, I want some of that, because that boss is just such a pain to fight. He just runs away, then he spams the same attacks over and over again. Honestly, for my favourite game of all time, I can admit that he is just such a letdown of a final boss. But anyway, it would be Elden Ring. You know, I did it. Yeah, who would have thunk? It's almost like Brother Beats on this channel with basically the same build. Except I think I used an intelligence build. I don't remember, it was a while back. This is what the build looks like and what my stats look like by the end of the game. And it took me about 8 hours to finish this run. Well, as always, thanks for watching. I know this video was a little different from the usual ones, but it was quite fun to make, and it didn't take as much effort as I thought it would. So drop a like, subscribe, and if you've watched this to the very end, thank you very much.